Hey everyone, so today I'm going to show you guys the progress I've gotten on my house. It's about halfway through, but it involves a lot of castle magic and all that good stuff. After this video is done, I'll go ahead and show y'all kind of a tutorial series for those who don't know how to use castle magic um, and general like housing tips and stuff. So hopefully that'll be really helpful. Hopefully you guys can make some of your own stuff. Um, this is a video that I'm making in response to a post on the forums about some improvements I kind of wanted to make. So hopefully King Sao gets this. If not, it's chill. Um, but yeah, without further ado, let's get going. So this is the Watchtower Hall. As you can see, there's a lot of trees that I've put in here. That's kind of to mask everything. Um, so first thing, step on this pressure plate. So as you can see here, I've set up a kind of cutscene of Boris Blackrock coming out of a sarcophagus, and then we gotta go talk to this cat over here. Go ahead and press this button. So the whole house kind of has this theme of you talking to this cat. She sends you out to go do things, like for instance, we're gonna fight these bears that have just spawned over here. And there's mild puzzle elements to this place. Looks kind of pretty and all that. So let's go ahead and go in. So the important thing to note about this house is that it only really works, unfortunately, if everyone goes into these monster domes that I've set up. And that's because monster domes, whenever you go inside those, kind of reset the house once everyone comes back out. And everything is kind of tied to that starting point. So we'll just go ahead and kill these guys real quick. Not too big of a deal. You can get this or get these mobs with the monstrology system in the game. There should be a quest at some point when you're a lower level wizard, and that'll give you the quest to do a bunch of this. I got all of these using the Undead Animus spell. And yeah, that's about it for these guys. So after this, you'll go back outside the house, and as I said before, it kind of resets, makes the entire house work, basically. If you don't, like, if not everyone in the house goes inside one of these, by the time people are trying to come out, it won't reset the house, and unfortunately that makes sure that the map stays how it was when you left it, and that becomes an issue as you are trying to progress through this. But yeah, it's basically just a big adventure kind of setup using the castle magic system. I already know a few improvements I want to make to it, but we'll get to those later. So the next step after you come out of these monster domes is to find the orb that's around and put it in the orb catcher, and that sends you off to the next area. So now we get to go fight some Scarlet Screamers. And this whole process kind of repeats a few times. It's just kind of something fun I put together. But we'll go ahead and get rid of these guys real quick. Again, I'm going to go through a whole kind of tutorial series on how I did all of this. So a lot of the times with what I've done here is I've used a bunch of start detectors to make the things I want invisible whenever you come out of a monster dome to be invisible, and the things I want you to see after you come out of them to be visible, but they go away whenever you kind of use what you need to use. So yeah, after this, it should send us off to the cat again. Every now and then you'll get a couple camera glitches, unfortunately, so it's a little hard to see where you're going, but there's not really too much I can do about that, unfortunately. But yeah, so here's the next sort of wave of enemies that you have to fight. Technically, according to the rules of the game, you don't actually have to fight all these, so I'm probably not going to for the rest of the time. But this is just kind of show off sort of what's been done. It's a shame that you can't put anything in these monster domes besides the monsters, but it is what it is. So let's, sorry if you guys can hear other stuff. I don't have the best of mics right now, but that will hopefully change in the future. So we'll go ahead and get our storm orb, put it in the collector. We get another little cutscene here that directs us back to the cat, and you get a button. So this is one of the things that I had mentioned in my forum post, is that I'd really like to see some quest dialogue so that you could get tips on what to do next. But this is a little cutscene I made. It's pirates attacking the town on the other side of the map, and you have to go in here to fight them. So yeah, it's just, this is pretty standard little housing setup. The boat was invisible earlier, but after you activate that button, it comes back into view and stuff like that. This little town area. So we'll go in here. And if I was just doing this by myself, I would press the housing button, and that is basically the same concept as resetting the house by going into these. So you got Sergeant Skullsplitter over there and your skeletal pirates. Real easy fights. I wanted this to be doable by characters of mostly all levels. There's a couple tougher fighters or fights later on, and we'll get to those I think next. But you go ahead and collect your ice orb, put it in the thing. You get another cutscene, and oh no, the cannon's firing, and our cat friend is missing. She's not here with us right now. So we get to go talk to the survivor of the raid. Hopefully she'll point us in the right direction. So let's go up and talk to her. And sure enough, it looks like something else is open. So this is back in the town. The fire, just a noteworthy thing here. You'll notice that wasn't in the beginning. It's because same thing with like the monster domes and stuff. It was invisible when you started. But that was probably the hardest part of this house to kind of put together, because you had to go underneath the map and do a bunch of stuff. I'll do a tutorial on that as well at some point, but that was pretty tough. But yeah, she's been kidnapped by these evil boars. Got to go help her out. So we'll come up here. This is the tower section. You've got some scary spiders that you have to fight, so we'll go in here. And these guys are a little tougher, not by too much though. I wanted to make sure that enemies were around Grizzleheim to Wizard City level. So they're a little tougher, but not by too much. So we'll head back out, and after you fought them, you can go ahead and collect the ice orb. If you saw the ice orb catcher, or collector, outside this tower, we'll go ahead and do that. So, voila, we've got our way up to the second part of this tower. So we'll go on up here, and you can hear the storm above us, but there's a pressure plate maze, so yeah, so if you step on the wrong pressure plate, it'll send you back to here. That's kind of an important theme for this bit, so let's try that. Nope. Do that. Oh no. So, but yeah, I already know the path. Obviously, I've made the house, but it's a lot of fun. You'll notice these. It's kind of your hint towards a future part. I'd like to put a cutscene in here at some point, but it's a little difficult where I would like to put it, unfortunately. So yeah, this is the next part. It's like a little gauntlet of teleporters that you have to go through. Make sure you don't get caught, or else it sends you back to the start, which is kind of an easy way to do it. But again, I want to make sure the house was accessible to everyone, so it's not too hard, but it can be tough for some people. So this next part, you saw the combination earlier. We'll go ahead and press that. This is basically, if you'll notice, the same kind of orbs that you've collected throughout the journey. And that's another thing I'd like to put in that quest dialogue thing that I was talking about. But this is good enough for now, so we'll go ahead and go back through here, go to those boxes that just moved out of the way for us, collect our storm orb, put that back in. There's my little guy. Okay, you get a nice little ding sound because it's the first actual puzzle bit. Let's head up top. So this is the final part of what I've done so far. We'll go ahead and go in here. Rescue our cat friend. Okay. And you'd fight these guys. They're all from Grizzleheim. I think for the first area, yeah, like Stavard Pass or something. But yeah, you can collect those with the pig animus and the spiders with spider animus. But we'll go ahead and get our orb, put it in there. And she's back in town, so she's gonna go inside the house, and we get a teleporter right over there. So we'll go ahead and go through. And here we go. So this is the final part of what I've completed so far. I'm probably going to leave the rest kind of a secret, but right now it's also under construction, so I've got some plans for it, but that's not quite put into practice just yet. But yeah, so that was the house. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be putting the tutorial up for the various parts of this place sometime soon. It's all pretty easy for the most part to get behind and kind of figure out what you're doing. But anyways, hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.